I am going to give a quick tutorial on how to send paperwork through Docusign as a recruiter. The district coordinators formerly did this. Now we're going to be doing it. And so this is just going to be a quick tutorial. Please watch it as many times as necessary in order to get the information. So here I'm on an opportunity screen. You can see I'm logged in as a recruiter. This is what the opportunity screen looks like. We're going to assume that the interview has already been done, the offer has already been accepted. Now we need to send the paperwork like we always have. Now, in the past, we've had to have a license and all of that information prior to sending paperwork. Now we do not have to have that. It's all done at the same time through our licensing coordinators, just like your onboarding paperwork process has been since we've been acquired. So none of that has changed. What we'll do though is we're just going to send the document. So let's go ahead and do that now. You can see here that we have the opportunity screen open. I'm going to click this send with Docusign. So as soon as they're verbally accepted, I'm going to send with Docusign. When I do that, a new box is going to open up. This is the Docusign screen. First thing I need to do is I need to attach the onboarding envelope coordinating with my district. I do that by clicking this button, Add Document, under Documents for Signature. So once I see this screen, I'm going to go here and I'm going to click Add Document. When I do, this drop-down box will appear. I'm going to select Docusign Templates. Docusign Templates. Go ahead and select that. When I do, there's going to be a number of templates that are going to become available. I'm going to select the one that coordinates with my district. Now, some of your districts, not all, but some, will have multiple packets that you need to send. For instance, Denver has both onboarding and license transfer and that kind of thing. Most don't. Just know what you're supposed to send, and 9 times out of 10, it's just going to say onboarding. So in this case, in East Bay, it's just the East Bay onboarding. That packet has all of the documents needed contained within that packet. So I'm going to select that one, hit save. Now what I need to do is select the recipient. So I select the recipient there, and the recipient is just the person. This person's name is eBay Test, because it's just a test account. This person's name is eBay Test 1000. So I'm going to find that contact within my contacts by clicking Add Recipient, and now I'm going to click this button for contacts. Now I'll just begin typing the person's name and hit this little magnifying glass. That's going to search my entire database for that contact. There he is. I'll click the name. Now hit next. It's going to ask me if I want to type any special messages. I don't need to do that. Remember, this is just going to be as simple as it can be for you guys. You don't need to add any messages. All of that's already done. You're just going to select, once you select this person, that person's going to be the signer. Hit Add Recipient. And that's all there is to it. Once you've done those things, attach the envelope, add the recipient. Now you're just going to hit send. When you do that, it's going to send an email to the candidate with a link that they need to click in order to access their envelope of paperwork. There's a couple of things that you need to tell your folks to do that, though. So next, in the second part of this video here, we're going to see what is sent to the candidate and what the candidate sees on their end. Now, what I'm going to suggest to all of you is to do this multiple times before you ever send this live to people, so you know how to do it yourself. So for this candidate right here, we're just going to go back onto the screen. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to access the email account that this was sent to. Here it is right here, and here's the email that the candidate was sent. Welcome, onboarding documents requiring your attention. The recruiter sending them via Docusign. There's a welcome message there, and now we're going to click on View Documents. View Documents, just like the candidate will. The candidate will need to click that link, View Documents. When they do, this box is going to pop up. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of clicking sign on paper here. So when you talk to your candidates, when you send paperwork, you need to tell them, hey, when you open up that paperwork packet, it's going to bring you to a dialog box. It's going to ask you to consent to giving your electronic signature. You'll need to click that box. And then what you're going to click is the yellow highlighted Review Documents box. Your candidate needs to know that, because if they don't click that, nothing is going to work properly and they're going to have to complete the paperwork again. So make sure they know that. Okay, and the best way to make sure they know that is for you to intimately know it by doing this several times on your own, by making up some accounts and filling it out on your own. So now I'm going to click Review Documents. And what we're going to do here is I'm just going to quickly go in and just fill this out so you can see how it works. This is the W-9 here. They're going to fill this out. Sole proprietorship. I'm just going to give an address here. Okay, and put a fake social security number in. Next. It's going to take me to the signature. Now, the first signature I do, it's going to ask me to approve this as being my official online signature. I can go in and draw something that's kind of silly in my opinion, but you can draw your own or whatever. Or you can just adopt and sign as this is your signature, okay? So I'm going to have to consent to that. I only have to do that once. So I'm just going to consent to that now. That's going to be my signature. Now, this is the branch office name. I'm going to leave this blank for right now, and I did that on purpose. Now, what you're going to do is ideally you're going to add this branch office name inside of Salesforce. When you do it inside of Salesforce, it'll instantly enter it in here. But if you don't do that, or you also need to let your candidate know which branch office they're going to be working out of. So you can go in and they can go in and type that. You don't want them to be confused there. But ideally, what you're going to do is you're going to type that in on the opportunity screen, which I'll show you later, okay? If you type it in on the opportunity screen before you send paperwork to the candidate, then it will populate that field automatically. All right, so I'm just going to go to next. The name is already populated here. I'm going to put my preferred first name in there. Now my address, I'm going to have to put it again. This is the last time I'll have to type it in the address though. Just going to go in so you guys can see everything. Home phone number, cell phone number is a required field. Make sure they're putting that in there. That is a required field. So they can put anything, any other number they choose to, but required is their cell phone number. Email is automatically populated. I'm just going to next myself onto my social again. Again, I'm going to have to put this in one more time. That's the last time I'll have to do it. Birth date has to be in the right format. Driver's license number has to be in there. Again, if they don't have that, they can't just put pending for a later time. These have to be filled out properly. And next, if my driver's license ever been suspended, I'm going to put no here. Now, marital status, gender, ethnicity, they don't have to put that. We'd like for them to, so we'll have those records, but they don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and do that here now, so you got that information. My emergency contact, I'm just going to go ahead and put that in. That is a required field. The language is spoken. Now, as I go down to the next section here, this licensing history, if I am an experienced agent, I need to click this. I have previous experience. I was at Zip Realty. You can see that there. Or I can type in my previous broker. But if I'm not experienced, this is my first game. This is my first time out of the box, and I've never been a real estate agent before. I don't need to put that licensing history there. And if I don't click the box, these fields aren't required. If I click the box, then they're required. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in this guy here that Zip Realty is correct. I filled this out before, so you can see now I'm going to put that information in there. Now, if I was newly licensed, I need to put my licensing school in there, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm going to select it on my sales agent or a broker. I'm a broker. I'm going to put in my state. I'm in Virginia, and put in my number, which I don't have. Now, if they are a current real estate agent, they have to have this. They can't just make up something and do it later. They've got to put this in there, okay? We're going to make sure this is correct. Now, again, I know my board, but if they are not a member, if they're a member of a board, they need to put that in there, and they need to put it in there correctly. They can't just, like, for instance, a lot of people would say, I'm a member of Southern Virginia, or I'm a member of Richmond. That's not the official board name. The official board name is CVR, Central Virginia Region Multiple Listing Service, or CVR MLS. That's the official name. That's what needs to go there. So just make sure you're instructing your people to take their time and fill this out properly. I don't know my MLS ID. If I had to guess, I would say it's something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. I don't know my NERDS number either. My NERDS number is a realtor number. Now, again, if they are not affiliated yet, they're brand new agents, this needs to be pending until we get all of that until I get all that information, okay? So they can just write pending in there. Have you ever been suspended? No, 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 and then I'll answer no on all these questions. Now, if I'm a DB, if I'm not a business, I'm just a regular person, I don't need to put anything here. If I am doing business as something like West End Estates or something like that, that's the official name of my doing business as, then as soon as I type something here, these fields will be required. So I'll need to go in and I'll need to put that information in there. I'm a corporation, now I can sign. If I don't type anything there, those fields are not required. Okay, and so now I'm just going to go through the rest of this. The rest of the stuff is already populated. It's just signing all the documents. You guys can do that for yourself. I'm just going to go through this really quickly. They're going to select the days of the week. I'm just going to go in here and really quickly add this stuff so you guys can see how it works. I'm just going to sign. Oh, don't want to miss anything. Now you remember that I did not fill out the broker name at the very beginning, my branch office name rather. I want to show you what happens when I get to the end here. As I sign everything and I get to the end, it's going to pop me back up to the top because I missed that field. Now let's say that I'm in a Smithfield office. Now once I type that in there, it's going to say confirm signing. Until they get this box, until this pops up, they are not done. Something else is there. Now, they're not going to have to search the whole document because we've got anchoring in place. It's going to take them back to the fields that they forgot. But unless they get this box, they are not done. When you have a candidate that says, hey, I finished my paperwork and you don't see anything, most likely they've left one of these boxes open. You need to ask them, at the end, did you get a box that pop up that said all required fields complete, confirm signing? They're like, I think so. I don't know. I don't remember. Most likely they didn't. And that's the problem. So that's why I'm asking you to do this so you can see this multiple times and what it looks like and you'll be able to talk people through it. So now what I'll do is I'll just confirm that signing. Okay. They can log, if they create a password right here, this will allow the candidate to go back in at any time and see what they filled out. So I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess up anything else we've done, but they can do that themselves. Okay, and now once they complete this, it's going to take a few minutes for this to populate, but all of that information will populate back into Salesforce. Here's the thing though. You can see the address and everything is populated back in there. What you need to do is you need to make sure that everybody who needs to touch these documents have completed it. So once you'll see that some fields are populated, as you go back in and you're checking on your candidates, what you need to do is go to your opportunity screen and scroll down to this Docusign status field and click on the envelope number. When I do that, I can see all of the Docusign status stuff, but most importantly, and this is really the only section that you guys really need to deal with and need to even concern yourself with, is this recipient status. I can see the candidate has completed it, but the licensing coordinating team has not completed their end of it yet. And until they're complete, I cannot mark this person affiliated. If anybody's marked affiliated before this person is complete, then it will be deleted from the system and you won't have that candidate entered. So you need to make sure that both parties have completed their Docusign requirements before we go forward. So that's the only thing. Again, once they've completed it, what you need to do is make sure that that both of those people are done. And so that in and of itself is pretty much the main thing. Now what we're going to do really quick is I'm going to show you this I want to show you this add-on here, this account data. So you can see here everything else looks exactly the same as it always has. This is the exact same as the account information. This opportunity is the exact same. You create opportunities the exact same way. The only difference is that I'm clicking on the send onboarding documents beforehand before I get this person in the system. So that's basically it. As if you have any questions on this, please do not hesitate. Call me. Okay, I'll be glad to help you guys do anything or perform any action that you need or talk you through any of these things going forward. Thanks so much.